Viewers and subscribers, welcome again to the Coach's Desk with Coach Minzy. And in studio today, we have former St. Jago athletes, Kayla Bonnick and Rosalie Cooper. And of course, Kayla Bonnick is the Central Champs 2020 100-meter champion. And Rosalie Cooper is the Central Champs 2020 silver medalist over 100-meter hurdles. And these ladies are also champs medalists. We're going to have a little talk with them. They will inform us what are their plans going forward in athletics. Ladies, Kayla Bonnick and Rosalie Cooper, welcome to the Coach's Desk.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Minzy.
All right, it's a pleasure having you here on the Coach's Desk. Now, I want you ladies to introduce yourselves. You want to go first, Rosalie?
Sure. Hi, guys. I'm Rosalie Cooper. My events are sprint 100-meter hurdles and 400-meter hurdle. I'm 19 years of age. I'll be attending Mississippi State University. And yeah.
Okay.
Kayla.
Good.
Guys, hi, my name is Kayla Bonnick. As Mr. Minty stated, I'll be attending the University of Virginia. I'm a sprinter. I do 100 and 200, and that's about it.
All right, interesting. So, viewers and subscribers, like they said, they will be attending university. So, they are now former St. Jago athletes. Kayla Bonnick will be attending the Virginia University, and Rosalie Cooper will be attending the Mississippi State University. Now, ladies, I want you to tell our viewers out there, how did you get involved in track and field? Kayla Bonnick, go ahead with that one.
Okay, so I got involved in track and field at an early age. In grade 1, a coach by the name of Mr. Kidd. Each coach is done at St. Catherine Primary, my former primary school. And my brother, he did track. So Mr. Kidd came to me and be like, oh, you better do tracks. That means the tracks running at the family, your fast. And that's how I started running. So Mr. Kidd is the cause of all of this.
All right, big up to Mr. Kidd, former St. Catherine primary coach. Rosalie Cooper, tell us your story.
For me, I was in grade 1 at New Providence Primary, and we were at PE class, and the whole class was running on 150, both males and females, and Mr. Wright said the PE coach said the winner going to get something. So running against the whole class, males and females, we ran and I won, and he was impressed, and he approached me saying I should join track and field team, and it all started from there. Yes.
Definitely.
So big up Mr. Wright.
Yes, big up to Mr. Coach right there. Now, viewers and subscribers, in no uncertain term, Rosalie Cooper was an awesome athlete at primary school. She was also a feared athlete at primary school. And it's good to know that these ladies, they started out early in grade 1, and they are still doing track and field. And it has also assisted them in getting a scholarship to a university abroad. So that is definitely fantastic. Now, ladies, you always wanted to do track and field? Who want to go ahead and answer the question?
I will. Okay, so I always wanted to do track and field because, as I stated, in grade 1 I started, right? But also in grade 1, my right knee broke. I'm running at GC faster, and as soon as my knee healed, I was back on track again. So it was always about for me.
So Miss Bonnick, definitely track and field was in you then, so to speak. So there wasn't any other sport that you dabbled in?
No, all the other sports involve like contact and stuff like that, and I don't really enjoy being hit or and stuff like that.
All right, cool. Now, Rosalie, what's your take on that? Any other sport that you wanted to do, but somehow you didn't get a chance to?
No, yes. I actually like swimming. I like to be in the water. So, I do like to swim. I can swim, but I cannot swim fast, so I don't really take it up and the swim left me. So I do like to swim. If I always wanted to do track and field, in I knew of track and field as a sport because Jamaica dominated it at Olympics and World Champs, but I never saw myself doing track and field because, as I said, I started out because I was at PE class and I ran up the whole class, so I didn't see myself doing it. And when I told my mother was like, she was supportive of it. So when I got introduced to it, I started liking it, and the whole works came about.
And the rest, they would say, is history. Well done.
Yeah.
Now, I want you now to tell me, ladies, what was your experience like being a student athlete at the St. Jago High School under the tutelage of Coach Goburn?
For me, there were moments where I had my bittersweet time, my ups and downs, and through all of it, Coach Goburn he was the positive one. Our coach athlete relationship, he was the positive one. He was the one they could run joke with, but when serious time come, he was serious more than everybody else. He served as a guidance, and a coach they could go to and speak to. So being a student athlete under Coach Goburn hands was a bittersweet feeling for me.
For
Yeah.
me, it was sweet alone because Mr. Goburn always instilling us that we're student first and athletes after. So he always tell us that make sure you guys are doing good in class and stuff like that. But when it's time for training, make sure we have enough energy and we must. He also told us that we must eat properly during the day, that we can manage this program after school, and that we must rest and stuff like that. So he gave us very great advice and how to become better and nurture our talents and stuff like that. So I've improved a lot from my first year at St. Jago to my last year. So yes.
To add on to my point,
Yes.
the bitter part would came on my side. So the bitter part would be the failures, because you have to lose to learn to appreciate your wins. So when I said a bittersweet feeling or slash experience, that's where the bitter part came in under my side.
Okay. Yes.
Also, he said something that really stuck with me throughout my years. He said that being fast but not doing any classwork is like a car without gasoline. It won't take you anywhere. And that's what really kept me going through like my class, trying to balance both track and academic.
All right, awesome. Now that you mentioned balancing, Kayla Bonnick, it's going to need a greater level of balance and management for both you ladies, because you'll be going into Division One institutions that will be highly competitive in the NCAA championship, whatever the future holds for that. Now, I want you to tell us, how did that scholarship offer came about for you ladies? I know that you did well at Champs. Were there other universities who wanted your signature and so forth? Elaborate on that for a little bit there.
Okay, for me, I had other choices, but attending the University of Virginia was the better choice for me. And this opportunity came about from the manager of St. Jago, Mr. Garden. He told me about a past student from St. Jago that coaches at University of Virginia, which is Michelle Freeman, and he gave her my contact, and he also gave me her contact. And we started talking, and I really liked her vibe and the whole aspect of the school and stuff like that. So that's how I ended up there.
For me,
Go ahead.
I got in contact with Coach Shira of Mississippi through Instagram. He contacted me and he showed interest in me wanting to come to his school. And yes, there were other schools approached me, but I chose Mississippi because for one, we're located south and I'm not a fan of the cold. So since that they're down south, experience more warmth. I'm not saying that they won't be cold, but it won't be as cold as New York and the other countries in the north. So that, and for my career choice, I know there's other schools that same or courses as Mississippi, but however their major, the IT, which is business administration, is very dynamic. It allowed me to venture the different courses, so I would able to choose, more dynamic, or what's the word?
Flexible.
Flexible. So when I have my degree, I can go in whether either business law, entrep, or management. So those are one of the reasons their major program and where they're located, and they have history of Jamaican athletes there. They are aware of Caribbean culture, and I felt like I'd be most comfortable there. Coach Sherman felt like that's where I need to be. That's where I'm going to perform and better myself. So Mississippi, it was.
All right, great going there, Rosalie. So it is quite interesting to know that whenever you are placing emphasis on your academics as a student athlete, it warns persons giving you assistance, linking you up with the right persons, because at the end of the day, I believe that the management staff of your former school wanted you ladies to do well, not only on the track. So I'm sure that the decision that was made for you to be at those institutions were the best. All right, moving ahead. Now, you ladies will be in foreign land. No mother, no father, no parents, none of your siblings, so to speak. How are you going to cope with that, as well as what are your expectations as a student athlete moving to another level? Because you'll be getting away from the high school level and now be thrown out into the collegiate level. What are your expectations going to that level?
Okay, so for me, I quote that really sits well with my spirit, that says, if you want to see the rainbow, you have to put up with the rain. And reminds me that it won't be easy, and I'll have to work for what I want. So to go into my college and entering my college experience, I'm trying to master time management, right? Because upon being a student and an athlete, I'm first a person, and I want to have a full college experience. I want to go to their parties and hang out with my friends and stuff like that. But I also want to make time to prioritize my schoolwork and prioritize. So to mastering time management for me will play a big role in this.
Okay, Coach Mizzy, could you please repeat the question?
All right, I was saying that you guys are now thrown out into the collegiate pond, so to speak, where you have now graduated from the secondary level of being a student athlete, what are your expectations going into university or the collegiate level as a student athlete?
Well, my expectations are to meet my goals that I have set, both academically and athletically, whether to obtain a 3.5 GPA or to become the school record holder for my event. As Kayla said, you have to put up with the rain to see the rainbow. So there's no doubt there's going to be struggles and times where you feel like you cannot make it, but we need to see the rainbow. So we just got to work through the rain, and we both actually do want to have the full experience of our college years that we have ahead of us. So time management, as Kayla said, prioritizing and finding time to recuperate from all of what's happening around us would be very helpful. So my goals are to do good both academically and athletically.
All right, awesome. That's a good expectation. But have you made any plans in terms of a vision board? Have you written down anything? Have you made the plot of how you are going to actually achieve these goals?
Yes, but I haven't written them down as yet, and so yeah.
Okay, for me, I'm in a transition program currently at University of Virginia, where we have to write down our core values, our plans, our hope for contributions and stuff like that. So doing this exercise, it really allowed me to think about what I want and how I'm going to achieve it and stuff like that. So what I want is to be a model student athlete, right? And our plan to achieve this is by mastering time management. So like I plan to like make schedules, stick to it, and like stuff like that. Like be more organized and become the independent woman I'm aspiring to be. So that's it.
That's pretty awesome there, Kayla, and even more awesome because that institution is actually paving the way for you to be the emerging student that you're going to be, to ensure that you know the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts of the institution or of college life. So definitely that is a good program there at that institution. I'm certain that you ladies have a very good head on your shoulders. And I'm certain that you ladies will do yourselves proud, will do your parents proud, and you will definitely do your new institutions proud. Now, Coach's Desk here, we are pretty much out of time, ladies, but I want you to share your final thoughts with us on Coach's Desk. Anyone you want to big up, shout out, and also give a little encouragement to a student athlete who is coming up who wants to gain a scholarship.
Okay, all right, go Rosie.
My encouragement for those who have like a specific school they really want to go to because that school is good in their event and they aren't, top and notch or up to par or is feeling, or lack confidence they'll get the scholarship. I want them to know that Mr. Gordon once said to me that broken crayons still colors, so things not working out or going your way or you're not doing so good in your event doesn't mean that if you won't come into play or it won't all come together. So I'm encouraging you to stay confident. That's a big thing, and no matter what, faith is something that you really do need. As how people might make it seem simple, you really do need to have faith because believing that God will put things in place and everything work out will like take away stress off your head and make it us relax and have faith and know I gotta carry through. Yeah.
Okay, for me,
continue. Go on, Bon.
For me, I want to big up Mr. Gober, Mr. Guide, Mr.
Woo!
Ming, and my friends at Jago. For me, as what Rosie said, like it's good to have faith and stuff like that. It's not it's. I have this saying that says, when man a wipe, God a wipe. When man a plan, God a wipe. So it's not where you want to go, but it's where you should be. So if you thought that you want to go to this particular college and you don't end up there, you end up somewhere else, that's where you're supposed to be. Like that's where you're supposed to nurture your talent and become who you want to be. So if you're planning on going to this specific college and you end up somewhere else, don't be down about it. Just go there and make the best of it.
And bigging up, as Kayla said, Mr. Goburn, Mr. Gordon, Mr. Minzy, Mr. Bright, my mommy. Guys, my mother has been my backbone through all of this. Big up my mommy, Miss Brown. Kayla know my mommy been there, you know, been there. So yes, guys, and for those all the people that still encourages me, my mentor Antonia, big up to her, you know, everyone who has been around me.
All right. We seem to have lost Rosalie there.
Yes, to be on your YouTube page and interviewing us. Thank you. We appreciate it.
No problem, no problem. And thank you very much for taking the time out to be here on the Coach's Desk. It was definitely a pleasure to have you ladies on. And we wish you all the best. We know that you will do well wherever you're planted. And Rosalie, I'm going to miss those exciting discussions that we would have had. And
yes, sir.
You're going to
always debating.
Yes. And Kayla Bonnick, I'm going to miss those days in training when we have our little talks and so forth. I wish you ladies all the best. And I'm hoping for nothing but success for you, both on the track and academically. All the best. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.